This past season, we saw the New York Mets retire Doc Gooden 16 and Darryl Strawberry's number 18 uniform number. Now, Ben Yoel here on X wrote a post here talking about Mets uniform numbers, essentially talking about which Mets uniforms we would see being retired down the line. And I have a couple on here in certain tier forms, so follow along. Now, the first two on here in this tier is numbers that are already out of circulation by the team. And David Wright's number 5 is on there, and I think he's next in line to have his number retired. Multi-time All-Star and captain during my time when I was younger watching the New York Mets, and a huge fan favorite to this day. And there's no doubt in my mind he is next up to have his number retired. My prediction is at some point during the 2025 season, latest early 2026, but he's no doubt next in line. The other number that's out of circulation for the Mets is Gary Carter's number 8. Now, he didn't have a long tenure with the New York Mets, but he was a fan favorite even to this day. He was a huge part of the 1986 New York Mets World Series team. I know it's out of circulation, but I think it'd be a nice way to honor his legacy to have his number 8 up on the top in Citi Field. Now, here's a tier of current players who I think have a good shot to have the number up in Citi Field. Starting off here with Francisco Lindor. Literally the heart and soul of this team, brought this team back into somewhat relevancy, especially this past season. No All-Star appearances yet, which is a shame, but multi-time Silver Slugger, the heartbeat of this team, and provides so many clutch moments, especially this past season. Even if he doesn't get a ring with the New York Mets, his number 12, I think it's the last Mets player to wear that. Seriously, I mean that. Brandon Nimble's been in the organization since 2016. I know he doesn't have the accolades or anything, but he has been a huge part of this team for a long time. And he is on the team long term. If he can get an accolade here or there, I definitely think he should be in the conversation when it's all said and done. Pete Alonso for me right now is a tricky one. If he does resign and stay long term with this team, his number 20 will definitely be up there. But if he leaves in the offseason and goes somewhere else, there is a case for it down the line, but I'm not too sure yet. This one's a little bit iffy for me right now. But multi-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, Rookie of the Year, there is a case for him if his Mets tenure ended right now. This tier for me is players that I personally would like to see, starting with Carlos Beltran. If he gets in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and especially as a Met, I think his number 15 should be up there. Now, I know 15's been used quite a bit since he left the team, particularly now with Tyrone Taylor wearing it, but I think 15 will be in the conversation, especially if Beltran gets in as a New York Met. This is a personal one for me with Jacob deGrom, one of the best pitchers in baseball during his time, 2-time Cy Young, multi-time All-Star. I know he left the team to go with the Rangers, did win a ring with them, but his number 48 should be in the conversation when it's all said and done, maybe a little bit down the line. Now, I don't know if this one happens, but I loved Jose Reyes growing up. He was one of my favorite Mets to watch. He was a huge fan favorite. I know he left to go to Miami, Toronto, and Colorado, but he did end his career with the Mets, so there could be a case for it, but that's one where it's down the line. There's a couple others in the argument. Comment down below, which Mets number do you think will be retired next up?